Good morning. Still feeling really good about mom going home yesterday. I'm not sad and having fits and things like that, like I thought I would. Anywho, I was just chatting with somebody I don't know in my inbox on Facebook. And of course, everything people say, I automatically think, of course, do I do that? Why did I attract that right now into this circumstance? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm not condemning anyone for how they feel, what they do, think, so forth and so on. It's just food for thought. It's just food for thought. I want to make sure that I'm being the best Tasha I can be every single day. And I want to also convey messages to everyone just to have food for thought on all sorts of different things, as you can tell by now. So today's food for thought is, do you let others, how do I want to say this? Because the other person hasn't achieved their goals and they're mad at their self, but they put that off on you a little bit, kind or harsh, saying, we should have this, we should be doing this kind of thing. And yeah, it's a way of goal setting, but how his conversation went at the end, I'm still thinking, wait a minute, are you blaming others because you don't have the goals that you set and didn't attain yet? Of course, he didn't look at it that way. He looked at it as, I don't have it and I want it really bad, and sweetly saying that he's mad at himself for not having achieved that yet, you know. And I'm just thinking to myself, because I never say anything back, because if you need to vent, I have finally learned how not to say anything back. I'm not here to shoot on anybody. I'm achieving my goals, so it's not like I can partake in whatever it is that you're feeling about you and yourself not achieving your goals. I'm happy. I have pretty much everything I thought I would have at this age right now in life, other than children, of course. And I have, four boys that love me and call me mom occasionally. So I'm good. I'm not seeking validation from not having children and not having a dad that loved me and blah 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 blah. Not having well, it's still, even at my age, I'm still adjusting to not having the family that came from my mother's womb, because I was the baby and it was really challenging to let go of that. And I think I've done a pretty good job so far. I'm not sitting here waiting for the phone to ring. So I've adopted other sisters and brothers like, oh, the rest of the world, because really it's a spirit thing. It's not an umbilical cord thing, you know. So I was sitting here thinking about the conversation I had with him this morning. And I'm like, do I do that to myself? Am I self-sabotaging by saying, since I don't have, five witchy girlfriends and we get together and do rituals and blah, 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 which would be really cool, do I feel less than, or do I feel, no, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. I'm not in a hurry for anything anymore, and haven't been since probably I was about 42. 42 was the enlightening age, believe it or not, where that window just flew open wide and there was no partitions in the window. French pane windows have a lot of partitions in the windows holding the window pieces together. I don't have the desire to have my window pieces held together. I want one great big huge glass house to live in. Yeah. Seriously. Uh, and I'm thinking to myself, since it's food for thought, nope, I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with what I have. I have wonderful customers that understand how I work and they're willing to work that way. I have a beautiful niece as my family member, and her three daughters and her three grandkids, that love me and support me. I have Miss Jerry that loves me and support me, what we humans would call unconditionally, meaning not expecting anything back. Yeah, I said not expecting anything back. We always say, "Oh, I love you unconditionally." That's a lie. You don't. We humans generally always expect or hope for something back, and you don't get it, and you say, "Oh, well, I did this, I did that, I did. Why didn't they do that for me?" You see, and that's why I listen to Bashar, an alien. No, when you live your highest joy all the time and don't expect anything back, that's when you get all the desires of your heart, so to speak. And then, of course, I'm thinking, okay, am I self-sabotaging in other ways? I don't think so. I'm being still, letting that absorb in my gut, which has no negative or positive ions. I don't think so. I'm not going to make you a pendant and say, "Oh, gee, I hope they say thank you." No, I used to be that way. And yeah, that's not a good thing to do. When you give, even when people borrow money, what do you need it for? It's none of your business what they need it for, even if it's $50,000 and you have it, but you just want to be nosy and say, why? When, how come? When? What? So, it's none of your business. Give if you can give it and don't expect it back. If they pay it back, then that's your blessing, you know? So, life is good. I achieve my goals every single day. I have good male energy balancing the female energy in my life, so I feel really good about that. I'm not sitting here holding my breath. I'm not sitting here looking at you saying, "Oh, gee, I should have that." I'm happy that you have your success. I'm always going to be happy for you that you are achieving your own goals. You know, and yeah, I get. Some people would say it's a bit harsh, but if you don't, and yet, excuse me, not but, and yet, if you can't find any goals to have, uh, I will just associate with others that do have goals, because my aim is to reach higher than where I am now, not stay the same. So right now in life is pretty cool and just getting better. Better and better and better. I am constantly meeting people of higher vibration, so that will keep me reaching and reaching and reaching, and not being happy staying stagnant and say, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow." Of course, some things you can do tomorrow. Come on, give me a break. There's no box. Stay outside the box. And no, everything happens in divine time. What's divine time? Whatever time it's best for that thing to happen. Spiritually, not physically. Physically, we're saying, "Oh my God, I'm 36 and I'm not married and I don't have any children." That doesn't have anything to do with your spiritual purpose for being here. No, it doesn't. Don't give me any lip about it. Most of the time, one thing has nothing to do with the other thing. And the only thing that matters is my spiritual purpose for being here. And it's not to keep up with the Joneses. It's not necessarily to have $1 million in the bank. I mean, my bills are paid. I have a couple of dollars in the bank. And if you needed one of those $2, I would happily give it to you. Oh, life is good. Achieving goals. And you know the difference between a goal and a dream? A goal has a date. So, love yourself and consider the idea of not letting others should on you or, you know, force their opinions on you by, you should, try such and such and such and such. No. Have you ever considered, eating garlic for high blood pressure and to keep your sugar down? Have you ever considered, loving yourself more, and maybe that might help you achieve your goals faster if you let go of some things that are not serving you right now. They might serve you 2 months from now, but maybe not right now. There is no box. There's no fear. There's no doubt. There's just right now. What's best for me right now? What is spiritually best for me right now? Excuse me. Am I happy in this moment? Am I doing things to make myself happy? Because, right around 42, it's like, I did other things for other people and I didn't do them out of sheer joy of doing it. I did it because so and so should on me, or I know mom would like it if I did it, so I'll do it for mom. No, you don't have to go to God for your mom or your daughter or your son or the cat or the dog. You go to God or whatever you consider a higher source than yourself for yourself. Not because your best friend said, oh, you should be doing such and such and such and such to have da 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 da. No, I work towards it and then I let the universe do her half. You see? I am daily working on being a better spiritual being by being less critical. Why did she say this? Isn't it obvious? Kind of things. I'm good for doing that to myself. I don't tell nobody though. I don't want to hurt your feelings, because we all here know that I can hurt your feelings easily and not feel any way about it, because I'm not intentionally trying to hurt your feelings. I want you to think, oh, I didn't want chocolate cake after all. I wanted vanilla cake. I wanted a sheet cake, not a round layer cake. Well, why did you get the round layer cake? Because mom thought it was best. Well, why are you doing what your mom wants? It's a $500 cake and you're paying the $500, not mom. Why are you doing what she wants? Well, I want to make her happy. Okay, so you're sacrificing your own happiness for your mom, who's an older woman and had lived her life fully and is now relaxing in her second half of life and isn't paying for the cake, not going to eat the cake, not even going to take a finger and swipe off any of the frosting. But you're paying $500 for a cake because mom wanted it. Okay, well, then be happy in that choice or make a different choice. You see? So now I am getting in remembering, the words that he just mentioned to me. And of course, I'm reflecting on that for myself, because I don't want to be the type of person either that listens to other people say, oh, Tasha, you should have this and this and this and this and this. Well, you said you wanted this. Why don't you have it? You're a magical person. Why don't you have it? Obviously, because it is not divine time and I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry to do anything anymore. I'm enjoying the process. You don't, how's that saying go? You don't look forward to the end of the trip. You enjoy the journey. I forgot how it goes, but you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Yeah. So I'm enjoying the day to day, minute by minute process of just breathing. I'm enjoying, meeting new men with backbone and a spine that don't sit there and expect you to hold the whole damn conversation. women too, but I'm more happy right now with the balance of male energy in my life. You know, everything needs to stay in balance. You liking me because of this, or me liking you because you have money and occasionally a good idea, is not a good enough reason for you to stay in my vibration. It is not. So I gotta work on being less critical of others, even though the answer is obvious and right in front of your face. I'll be quiet and just not say anything. You know? And in the meantime and in between time, I hope you have an awesome day. Think for yourself, especially if you live on your own, you pay your own bills and all 7 different insurances. And just know that you are absolutely divine just the way you are. Okay?